the round robin game in double overtime. Recently they've played at a couple pre-Paralympic events where GB has emerged victorious, but Canada was without their star 3-5 Zach Medell.
And Great Britain comes off to an early lead here with a quick score from number 9, Jim Roberts. Canada fires back. Here we have number 10, Trevor Hirschfield. Big Canada crowd in attendance today, so it should be a rowdy morning.
GB is starting with a 3-2-5 2.5 with Jim Roberts, Ayaz Buta, Gavin Walker, and Johnny Coggin. Canada with a high-low with Zach Medell, Mike Whitehead, Trevor Hirschfield, and Miranda Boletsky.
UK's up 2-1 here at the start of the match. Inbound to Zach Medell, number 33.
Boletsky with a nice pick on Jim Roberts. Frees up Medell.
Zach takes it in for a score to tie it up.
So I mentioned the classifications of players. Each wheelchair rugby player is given a rating between 0.5 and 3.5 based on their function in their hands, arms, and trunks. Teams can only add up to 8 points on the floor at any one time. For each female player, teams are allowed an additional 0.5.
The UK stays in the lead, 3-2. Hirschfield to inbound.
We're going to see a lot of Jim Roberts and Zach Medell going at each other in this game. Both are each team's respective high pointers and primary ball handlers.
Inbound to number 8, Mike Whitehead. Passes back to Zach. Gets caught up in the middle. Looking around.
Canada looking to break this key defense.
And he's in.
So GB is using a more balanced line, so they have 3 players that can handle the ball. Canada going with a high-low look with 2 offensive players and 2 defensive players.
Number 10, Ayaz Buta, takes it across center court. Finds a little open room. Takes a hit from Medell, but he scores.
Buta was voted the fans' choice most valuable player at the 2014 World Championships in Denmark. The 2-5 has really emerged as a key player for GB in the past 3 to 4 years.
Hirschfield looking for an open man. Finds Medell. He's locked up. Lost it to Whitehead. Whitehead gets stuck. Each team has 12 seconds to bring the ball across center court. So it does become a bit of a time crunch if they can't get over quickly.
Push!
Zach eyes up the defense.
Hirschfield looking to pick out Jim Roberts.
And he'll follow Whitehead in.
Nice job by Hirschfield and Whitehead to seal that side of the court for Medell.
Inbound to Roberts. The only Welshman on Great Britain's team. Robert lofts it to number 4, Gavin Walker. He's the vice captain of the Great British team.
For Great Britain, 3 of the 4 players on the court will be making their Paralympic debut this summer. Johnny Coggin is the only returning Paralympian on GB's starting lineup.
Medell and Roberts battle at the edge. The reach, oh, and he bobbles it. But Canada does retain possession.
Canada making substitutions here as Cody Caldwell and Travis Morrow enter the court for Mike Whitehead and Trevor Hirschfield. Canada going to a more balanced lineup with a 3-5, 2-2-1, but Miranda Boletsky gives Canada the option to have an additional 0.5 on the court. Great Britain also making substitutions with Coral Beatty and Bobo Hussein entering the court.
Both teams trading points here. Still evenly matched 5-5 with 5:12 left in the first quarter. Great Britain's
Caldwell
inbound.
matching up with Buta.
Rolling past center court. Buta on 2 wheels, but he holds on, and he puts in the point. Inbound to Morale.
Nice pick by Belinsky.
Lofts it.
Go hard, go hard, go hard, go hard.
And Canada scores. Oh. Contact after
before the whistle call.
Yeah.
So chair contact between players is a vital part of wheelchair rugby. However, no contact is permitted before the whistle is blown. Players can set up and get in position, but they cannot make clear contact. Medell and Buta.
Nice block. Takes Medell off Buddha.
Little pass ahead to Beatty.
And we have an equipment timeout as the players turned over.
So the rule with fallen players is if the play turns back towards them, then it's blown dead, or if the player falls in a dangerous position. If the ball had just continued going forward, the play would have been allowed to continue until the next stoppage. Canada in a deny defense right now, trying to get in front of the inbound to prevent the ball from coming in.
Great Britain inbounds.
Canada dropping back into a key defense.
Surveys, and he finds an opening.
Good job by Beatty there to seal Cody Caldwell and open up the hole.
And the score keeps Great Britain in the lead, 7-6.
Medell and Roberts going at one another.
Oh, Medell almost got by.
Nice pick by Belitsky there, sealing Buta and then Roberts. Both teams trading goals early and have already gone to a different line.
And there's yet to be a turnover or an interception, so both teams evenly matched here in the first quarter. Roberts takes it across. No one there to catch him.
Well, both these teams are currently ranked in the top 5. Canada's ranked #1 in the world, and Great Britain is ranked 5th. Great Britain are the defending European champions.
Number
nice
9
pick by Belitsky there.
He's going to bring it across center court.
So you may not see the lower point players scoring as much, but they're invaluable for creating openings for their higher classified teammates and helping lock up higher class players on defense.
The ball makes its way to Medell, who's looking for an opening. He's locked up as the shot clock bleeds away. Oh, but he finds a spot right inside the post.
So you can hear the Canadian bench calling out the time left on the score clock. Wheelchair rugby teams have 40 seconds to score a goal or the ball is turned over.
Roberts locked up in the backcourt. And there we go. Canada has its first interception. Quick flip back to Medell. And now Canada's in the lead 9-8 with 3:20 left in the first quarter. Buddha takes a long pass to Roberts. He taps it out wide, catches it, and makes the score.
We're out trying to push Roberts, but as a 2 just doesn't have quite enough speed to keep up with Roberts, the class 3. Jim Roberts have really improved over the past couple of years and become Britain's main weapon.
Different defense! Change your D!
Zach Medell through traffic.
You'll notice that as players start to head towards scoring, that other players on the team will start setting up on defense. Transition is a very important part of wheelchair rugby and is a key to both teams achieving victory.
Ball!
Good pressure there from Travis Morale, creates another turnover for Canada.
Yeah, with the back and forth nature of wheelchair rugby, turnovers are really what decide the game. You have to be able to manage them. You have to be able to force them.
GB's gone back to their starting lineup now. Obviously not pleased with those 2 turnovers early on.
Medell circles the court. Waits for a chance.
Run it!
GB
Thought he had
three
it
in the
open.
key and 1 out.
Lofts it up. Cody Caldwell catches and makes the score.
Different team! Different team, balls out!
Canada's up 11-9.
Wheel speed, switch, switch, switch!
The Canadian team ranked #1 in the world, but they've yet to win the Canada Cup.
And there's another turnover as Medell hits Roberts right as he's about to cross the line, knocking that ball loose.
You have to have possession of the ball before your two wheels cross the goal line, or else the score doesn't count. So a late hit like that, like Nate was saying, perfectly timed.
Give and go from Boletsky to Caldwell.
Long bomb to Morale, catches it, and he scores. Canada's up 12-9.
Give and go from Caldwell to Walker.
Great Britain's really got to get a hold of themselves here.
My time.
They're only down by 3, but a lead could slip away. Buddha looks around. Can he find Roberts? He does. He's just inside the cone. 12-10 as Canada prepares some more substitutions. Canadian coach Kevin Orr, you can hear him off to the side shouting. He's very active with his team. Loves to play all 12 players.
Medell on Roberts.
Dell barely goes by. Roberts goes over. And Canada scores.
And you'll notice how in that situation they did not call the play dead as Medell continued going forwards and did not turn back towards Roberts on the floor.
And unlike in other wheelchair sports, they have to be helped back up once they go over, even if they can right themselves.
Yeah, so that's partially due to physical advantage because there are very few wheelchair rugby players that will have that physical ability to get themselves up off the floor, but also because these chairs can damage the floor when they're being lifted up. And that's another reason why those equipment staff are so invaluable to their teams.
Well, and they only have a minute once there's an equipment failure called to actually change a wheel or swap it out, or the player has to
job
sub.
freeing up Walker on the wing.
Walker blocked by Whitehead, looks for an option. Volleys to Buddha. Buddha shadowed by Medell.
And Canada's back now with a high-low with Whitehead and Hirschfield coming back on.
But GB scores. It's a 2-point game, 11-13. Canada in the lead with 58 seconds left. Sorry, 54 seconds left in the first quarter. Zach with a long catch, and he outruns Roberts for the score.
Very accurate pass from Whitehead there, right outside of Jim Roberts and into Medell's hands.
Jack that! Jack that! Jack that! Jack that! Jack that!
Which Kevin Orr yelling at Zach Medell to pressure Walker.
Cover!
Buddha catches. Whitehead locks him up. Buddha's looking for a way out. Flips it to Roberts. But he can't find a clean lane. Back to Buddha.
So with 16 seconds left, GB's going to try and kill the clock and go for last goal here. They've got 7 seconds on the score clock, and we'll try and leave Canada with as less time as possible.
Canada makes the interception. With 4 seconds left, Zach
slow up
Medell.
here to kill time off the clock.
And he
Leaving GB with only a
scores.
second to score.
1.6 seconds left.
Really
It's
great
15-11.
start from
No jump!
Canada.
No jump! No jump!
And there's just not enough time. Like that, I would say great start for Canada.
Yeah, and GB's probably going to be very frustrated with that start. They've had some good results against Canada recently and know that they can play a little bit better. It's obviously a great game for Canada to come out like this, and having Medell back makes a big difference to their squad.
Yeah. He is definitely going to be the man you see putting the most points on the board for the Canadian squad.
Yeah, he scored 32 of their 52 goals against Sweden in last night's game, and is a very disruptive presence.
So at the end of the first quarter, Canada leads 15-11. Both teams have all of their timeouts, and we're going to see some interesting matchups coming up here in the second quarter.
So we got to see two of Canada's lineups in that first quarter. I expect to see probably a couple more combinations here in the second from them. For GB, Jamie Stead is yet to get on court, and he played a big role for them in yesterday's narrow loss to the United States. So look for him to be a factor as this game progresses.
Yeah, if you're watching yesterday, the U.S.-Great Britain match was fantastic. It came down to the last minute, and there was just a turnover that it was tied almost going into overtime, but just at the last moment, as Great Britain was about to tie it up, the U.S. took the ball and scored.
Yeah, they intercepted a pass that was going across the key. It was a very difficult pass to make, and GB were just going for that final shot. Unfortunately, not able to capitalize.
Yeah, and if it came in the middle of the match, it wouldn't have been as crucial, but it just happened right there in the fourth quarter as the clock was winding down. But back on court, too, the clock is winding up. And we start the second quarter.
Both teams are sticking with their starting lineup here in the second. Whitehead sealing off Roberts. Little pick and roll.
Whitehead scores. Canada's extended to a 5-point lead.
So Canada in their deny defense here.
Recover, Miranda! Push, Miranda! Push, Miranda!
Buddha
Come on,
across
Miranda.
center court. Runs into Zach Liddell.
2-on-2 now.
Spins around and a few crucial blocks let him score.
Nice little seal by Walker there.
Great Britain has to force some turnovers going into the second quarter. They can't let Canada stay up on them.
There's a held ball. So in held balls, we follow the possession arrow. So that will be a GB ball. It's good timing for GB. The game is starting to get away from them a little bit. Now they have a chance to bring it within 3.
Walker inbounds to Roberts. Roberts lofts it back. So Great Britain eating into that lead slightly, 16-13, as Canada looks to respond.
Nice inbounds from Hirschfield to Whitehead.
Whitehead has the height and the reach advantage to catch those high balls.
Yeah, those are the high-low. Canada really looks to use Whitehead down low to collect the ball and then distribute it to Medell, who tries to beat his man up high.
Great Britain fast transition here. They're trying to turn up the tempo.
Nice job by Medell recovering on Buta there, preventing the score.
There's a penalty goal. (17-14) with 6:47 left in the second quarter.
Hirschfield once again a Whitehead and starts flowing up court.
Buddha calling for that to be their ball, but it was on him last before it went out of bounds.
Canada's now going back to that 3-5-2-2-1 that they played earlier in this game with Morau and Caldwell on for Whitehead and Hirschfield.
Caldwell smashes into Roberts. Gets locked up by number 2, Jonathan Kogan.
John Cotton, a very experienced player, longtime member of this GB team, and one of the world's top .5s.
9,
Canadians counting down the shot clock
5, 4, 3, 2.
to Morale, and he scores.
Defense! Defense!
With 3
defense!
seconds left on that shot clock. Great Britain taking their time to set up on D.
We have a foul called there on Cody Caldwell. I believe that was a contact before the whistle call. So as he was on defense, he'll be in the box. So penalties are served for a minute or until the opposing team scores. Similar to ice hockey.
18-15.
Caldwell's back in now.
Caldwell looks for an open teammate.
GB working hard trying to deny this inbound. Caldwell and Walker in a little race. Morale does a great job sealing that off and on. He's at middle of the score.
Zone! 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 Balls in! Zone! Recover! 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 Recover!
Active bench on the Canadian side.
Nice job by Roberts to get around the Canadian defenders and uses Walker's seal to score.
Great Britain's managed to keep the lead down to 3. You could very much come back from that in wheelchair rugby.
Oh, absolutely. There's still plenty of time left in this game.
Zach crossing the court.
Bolesky with a nice pick there.
Caldwell with a nice catch.
GB with some great defense there. But Caldwell was able to squeeze in. Canada now throwing a triple team at James Roberts.
Walker cross center. Spins back to Roberts. Roberts trying to get around Caldwell. Right to the cone, and he's denied.
Nice defensive play by Medell.
Out to Buddha. And Buddha finds too many red shirts to cross as well.
We're down to 8 seconds on the score clock. Canada pushes Roberts out of bounds, forcing the turnover. Nice heads-up play with the Canadians there.
Yeah, Canada's playing some fantastic defense.
Roberts visibly upset with the call. GB working hard to try and deny this inbound.
Oh.
And there's a violation and a turnover. That's a turnover to turnover.
So Great Britain will have a chance to inbound.
Give and go to Walker.
To Roberts. And he finally scores 2017 here at the Richmond Olympic Oval.
Roberts shadowing Medell.
Medell can't make it right across the corner. He's locked out. But Canada keeps their lead, 21-17.
Balls in! Give and go!
And they're trying to force the 12-second violation. Ball gets knocked loose and GB will retain possession.
Subs! Subs!
Canada making another substitution as Patrice Simard gets his first minutes of the game. Trevor Hirschfield comes in. So Canada's now on a 3-5-2-1-5-1 with Medell, Caldwell, Simard, and Hirschfield. GB sticking with that starting lineup.
Yeah, it's hard for them to make changes when they're not in the lead.
And Simard, a very experienced player, was named the best 1-5 at the 2010 World Wheelchair Rugby Championships. Hirschfield was named the best 1 at the 2014 and 2010 World Championships and is known as one of the best low pointers in the game.
Canada locked up.
What do you want out of this?
So there's an illegal use of hands call on Buta, who heads to the box.
Great Britain just can't afford these penalties
What do
right
you want
now.
out of this?
Nope, and Simard and Hirschfield head, just Simard now, heads over to trap Buta in the box.
All right, let's go.
This is done to likely force him to call inbounder after Canada scores, taking one of GB's two top options off the court. And they're successful in that trap.
Great Britain inbounds.
Yeah. Go,
Walker
Jack.
calling
Go,
out
Jack.
for someone
Go,
to pass
Jack.
to.
Jack that. Hit him.
Canadian bench wants to see a little more contact. They don't want Great Britain to just take a free ride to the end zone. Inbound to Caldwell, who will likely play the entire match.
Yeah, Medell and Roberts are really the offensive catalyst for their teams, and it's unlikely that either side will substitute them off, but it is possible. Both teams do have plenty of very talented players and a lot of options.
And Canada calls their first team timeout. First time out of the match. It's still a 3-point game here.
So that was the first on-court timeout of the game. Both teams have 4 floor timeouts that they may use throughout the game. Generally, teams will use them to avoid turnovers. So when they don't have a good passing option or when the 12-second count is getting low. Additionally, if someone's starting to get forced out of bounds.
They also have 2 bench timeouts, which are generally used for substitutions.
The bench timeouts can only be called on a stoppage of play. Canada now trying to attack the British key.
Oh, risky pass to Whitehead, but he backs in for a goal.
Yep.
Buda to Roberts.
Recover.
3-on-1 with Roberts. Oh, but Canada
hands
gets caught reaching. Zach Liddell takes the penalty.
So GB already transitioning to a trap on Medell in the penalty box. Johnny Coggins there. And Gavin Walker goes to join him immediately after the inbound. Switching with Coggin.
Buda waits for the team to set up before he scores.
Now Medell calls inbounder, which is exactly what GB wants, because it forces Canada's highest classified player to be the inbounder and takes classification points off the floor.
Almost an interception there. Roberts upset that he missed it.
It's Great Britain using another bench timeout to talk over some strategy. Give their guys a bit of a rest. Kevin Orr giving Mike Whitehead a little pep talk.
Whitehead leads pretty hard hits.
Yeah, no, he's a very big man, and when he gets going, he's hard to slow down.
Yeah, he's got some fantastic momentum.
He's a longtime veteran on this Canadian team, has been in multiple Paralympics.
Give me some.
This could really be Canada's year here at the Canada Cup.
Oh! Recover!
Yeah, Canada's never won a Canada Cup, so obviously from a local perspective, it would be cool to see. Buta with a score there to bring Britain back within 3. Litchfield looking for an option. Finds Medell. It's good defense by GB to force the pass late in the count.
Number 4.
Teams only have 10 seconds to inbound the ball.
Cut! Go, Zach! Ball's
Canada
in!
25-21.
Go, work, 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 work. Pressure!
Buda makes an opening.
Pressure! 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 Pressure!
Buta
Roberts
trying to
can't
create
seem
the
to get
pick and
by.
roll with Roberts.
Recover! Recover!
Buta doing a great job there at getting position on Medell and freeing up James Roberts. Buta may be small, but he's very quick, very agile, and plays with a lot of aggression.
Whitehead stuck in the backcourt. Shot clock ticking. Makes a pass off of the British.
And there's the turnover Britain needed.
And they're playing the clock here as we wind down. 25-23 with 55 seconds left. Again, Whitehead stuck in the backcourt.
Good defense by Buta here.
Go! Go!
Very mindful of those 12 seconds that they have to get across the mid.
Go for it right here! Go for it!
And
Go for it!
defensively,
Go
the
for
much
it.
smaller Buta is still able to contain Whitehead with his quickness and agility.
Tighten up, give and go. Hit him.
39 seconds left.
And it looks like the referees are going to change the time on the clock. So we're going to wait for that to be fixed and then resume play.
Ball's in. Give and go.
We're
Jack
back.
him up. Jack him up. Jack that up. Contain.
Canada wants to see them hold on to number 4, Gavin Walker. The hiss of a pop tire. Loose ball. GB collapses it, and they call a quick timeout. They've got to score here before the clock runs down. Make it a 2-point game.
So that's GB's first on-court timeout. 26 seconds left in this game, no score clock. So down 2. Look for GB to slow the game down here and try and get the last goal and not give Canada another opportunity to score before the end of the half. They've managed to get a couple goals back here in this quarter, and we'll be looking to have momentum going into the third.
Pressure, 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 go, Travis. Ball, pressure.
Inbound to Buda. 25 seconds left on the clock.
And to throw a triple at him.
Manages to get a pass out to Roberts, but he's just as locked in. Back to Buda. Medell's there. 10 seconds left. Buda finds an opening. Locked down by Bletsky.
There's a 4 in the key call against Medell. So defensively, you're only allowed 3 players inside the key area. Still give GB a chance to punch one in with 2.7 seconds on the clock.
And Roberts does.
So Canada's 1.6 seconds. Medell's out of the box, and they're going for the deep ball.
Oh, and he just can't get in.
Good job by Roberts there recovering on that. Now the clock does not start until Medell touches the ball. But that was just a great recovery by GB.
Yeah. And so they've made it a 2-point game here. Canada's up 26-24 at the end of the first half.
It's been a really good back.
So we're going to take a break to talk about our sponsors. And Team Canada's up 26-24 here at the Canada Cup.
The benefits of women getting involved in cycling, I think first of all, gaining the confidence. It's, we're 50 years old or up, and sometimes not sure about our physical abilities, and just getting back to cycling, it really gained that confidence, both physically and mentally.
And make sure you're holding the brakes with your gel on so it's not going to go in.
So often women need an environment where they feel safe and accepted, and if they have those, then they're able to actually achieve the performance of, in this case, learning to cycle.
It's something I all my life wanted to do and never had an opportunity. The last time I ride a bike was like a tricycle, not a bike, tricycle, never tried bike. So I said, this is my opportunity to learn.
If you're 55, get out there and do it. Stay active. If I'm doing it, you can do it.
There's no pressure, it's just pleasure.
Distance gained. No walls to separate us and our home, our true home. Wilderness at civilization's edge, calling for us to be lost to the land and found again. A transformation pulled from our own depths, drawn deeper by the presence of no one and the essence of everything. Mother Nature's timeless masterpieces, stretching past the sky and the edge of the world, calling us to explore supernatural British Columbia.
Welcome back to the 2016 Canada Cup International Wheelchair Rugby Tournament. And at this time, we'd like to thank the support of Via Sport British Columbia and the province of British Columbia, both of which helping make this webcast possible.
We'd also like to thank BC Wheelchair Sports, the Canadian Wheelchair Sports Association, the Government of Canada, Local 258 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, and the International Wheelchair Rugby Federation.
And most importantly, we'd like to thank everyone watching here at the Richmond Olympic Oval and around the world online.
We'd also like to thank our sponsors, Vesco Metalcraft, Richmond Sport Hosting, the Sheraton Hotel.
And we're back just about a minute before we get started here at the third period.
It'll be Canada's ball coming in, so they'll have an opportunity to extend their lead to 3. It'll be interesting to see what lineup Canada goes with to start the quarter. And it looks like they're going to stick with the high-low of Medell, Whitehead, Hirschfield, and Boletsky.
A 2-point lead, I mean, obviously you want to be in the lead. You don't want to be behind, but a 2-point lead isn't enough to take your foot off the gas here.
No, absolutely not. And they're really going to want to keep trying to push and create a larger lead. I mean, this is an international tournament. It's worth world ranking points, and neither team will ever want to take their foot off the gas. Obviously, it's the last tournament before the Paralympics. You might see teams want to try out different lineups a few times and just see what works against different teams. But for the most part, neither team will ever take their foot off the gas.
All right, we are resetting the clock, ready to play.
GB is sticking with that starting lineup of Roberts, Butel, Walker, and Coggin.
Medell sizes up the defense.
Britain going with their key defense. Canada looking to set a play up here. Whitehead's inside.
He backs in for a score. 2 wheels have to cross, but it doesn't have to be the 2 front wheels.
Yeah, but the 2 safety wheels in the back do not count as one of those 2 wheels.
Roberts pounding away. Just has 1 man to beat, and he does. Canada setting up on defense.
Ball's in on Medell. Goes to the wing.
Long shot. Whitehead reels it in.
Buta applying some pressure.
Great matchup between Whitehead and Buta.
Yeah, and Buta can really neutralize the height advantage because of his great trunk ability. He turns very well and can apply pressure without having to push on his wheels, which is a huge advantage because it allows him to keep his hands up while still pushing back.
6 seconds left in the shot clock. Canada's got to make something happen. Long pass, but they can't reel it in before the clock runs out. Canada prepares some subs.
This will give GB the chance to get back within 1 after being down by as many as 5 earlier in this game.
Yeah, it's looking to be an interesting match. Sometimes you see a real mismatch, you have a real blowout, but it's so much more fun to watch 2 teams that are so close and so evenly matched.
So Canada's switching from the high-low back to that balance lineup with Morale and Caldwell on now. That just gives them a couple more options of players that can handle the ball and spreads things out a bit more as opposed to having 2 really dominant high pointers in the court. Caldwell on Buta.
Buta looking for a chance. Canada keeping that key locked up. Roberts at the edge, pounds past Medell.
And Britain has really settled down. They're not rushing their passes as much. They seem to be a lot more composed at this point. Great pressure by Buta on Caldwell. He's had a great game defensively as Canada calls a timeout.
Yeah, you've got to make the other team burn those timeouts. That becomes crucial, especially when it's a back and forth possession game at the end.
Yep, so Canada's now down to 2 on-court timeouts, but they do have the lead, so they've been using them to avoid turnovers. Medell against Roberts, gets over half.
Can't quite make it. Looking for someone to set up. Here.
Roberts doing great defensively. Morale trying to get in, get position on him.
8 seconds left on the shot clock. Is this going to be another Canadian turnover? No, Medell finds the inside of the post.
Great job by Caldwell to open up that corner. Medell putting pressure on the give and go now, denying that option. Over the top to Roberts.
Pressure the ball! Pressure the ball! Recover!
Roberts using that speed to find an opening around Morale.
Walker doing a great job sealing off Medell, preventing him from helping with Roberts. Give and go from Boletsky to Caldwell.
Top! Five!
Late in the count here.
Bench timeout, please. Bench timeout.
There's a 10-second no dribble as Canada calls a bench timeout.
Yeah, Canada's watching their lead to evaporate here. And now Great Britain has the ball.
And an opportunity to tie the game. GB's really coming hard defensively, applying a lot of pressure on Canada. I've been really impressed with Gavin Walker and Ayaz Buta at those number 2 and 3 slots defensively. They've done a great job either helping out on Medell or picking up those secondary options.
Yeah, and it's so close now. We really thought Canada was going to start running away with it.
Yeah, but I mean, the last time these two teams played at the Canada Cup back in 2014, GB led for the majority of the game until Canada came out and pulled it out in the final few minutes of the fourth quarter. So obviously, these two teams are very evenly matched, and anything is possible. And there's a mental mistake by GB there, throwing the ball to the opposite side of the court and committing the over and back violation.
Yeah, that's just completely unforced error.
Right as they were starting to gain momentum.
So Canada's going to inbound now.
Give and go.
Space! Attack! Attack!
Liddell's locked up,
Attack! Space!
looking for an open teammate.
Attack!
Scott Morale.
And Canada
leads back up to 2.
Yep. Roberts.
Go, Cody! Go, Cody! Go, Cody! Push, Miranda!
Making sure to dribble.
There we have a reset. Oh. GB not transition fast enough to the inbound, and the refs start the count.
Yeah, once the referees call for an inbounder, they have 10 seconds to get there. He's looking for a spot. Gets tied up, but he can just squeeze by.
Roberts squeaks his way past Morale. GB is Canada in a bit of trouble here.
Canada's still in the backcourt.
Getting late in the count.
Pass to Morale.
Space!
Nice job by Morale to create space and get open there.
Just lofts it up for Zach Liddell.
Canada working on denying this inbound. There's an illegal use of hands call on Cody Caldwell. Went in trying to force the held ball and just didn't quite get it.
Caldwell with a few penalties here today.
What's going to happen? Like, Canada plays a very aggressive style of play, and sometimes you don't always get the calls that you're looking for. But both teams have had a couple penalties throughout. GB back within one. Caldwell looking for the give and go, gets it. Gets around Walker.
Across the middle.
Walker recovers. Liddell to Caldwell.
That's the problem with double teaming someone. Sure, you put a lot of pressure on them, but that leaves someone open.
Yeah, and that's one of the advantages of this more balanced lineup that both teams are running. As soon as a double team comes, there's a ball handler that's open.
Roberts spins and makes the point. 31-30 with 3 minutes 30 left in the third quarter.
Morale inbounds to Liddell. Liddell battling with Roberts.
Oh, and it's bobbled.
It's off of and it's Great Britain ball. As Canada makes a substitution. Patrice Samard and Trevor Hirschfield on now for Morale and Boletsky.
Yeah, Canada loves switching up the lineup, looking for those mismatches.
Yeah, they're running different looks. Most of them center around Liddell. Obviously, a player of his talent and his skill is very important to this team.
Great Britain here with a chance to tie.
So now Canada's going to more of a modified high-low with 2 offensive chairs and 2 defensive chairs. But they're also quite balanced in the way that they can switch on to different players.
And after looking around, a quick pass to Roberts in the middle.
Great Britain ties it up at 31.
Space!
There's an illegal use of hands call on James Roberts this time, who heads to the box. Great Britain doing a good job protecting James Roberts in the box, trying to prevent the trap from happening. As Hirschfield and Simard set up in front of it, Medell's going to kill time and wait to score until the trap's set up. Canada's 2 low pointers on Roberts up high, and they've doubled Buta down low.
But Roberts still gets it. Let's see if they can move across center court.
Go, 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 go. Big hit, big hit, big hit, big hit, big hit.
You can hear the Canadian bench calling for a nice hit.
That was a good job by the Canadian low pointers there to hold Roberts and force him to make the pass to point 5.
Any pass in the key is just inherently risky. So even if they make it, 5 times out of 10.
Pinpoint pass for Caldwell to Medell.
Canada's up by 1 with 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Canada throw a double team at Roberts up high.
Both teams picking up the momentum here.
Hirschfield attacking the give and go.
Go, Cody, go, Cody, go, Cody, go, Cody, go, Cody. Back door, Cody.
Medell with a nice hit.
Great Britain
Canada
slowing
dropping
down.
back here. With 1:47 left, GB's going to start thinking about slowing the game down and going for the last goal.
Pressure's up, pressure's up, pressure, pressure.
And there's a leaving the court penalty on Patrice Simard. So GB will get to attack 4-on-3.
It's a 1-point game.
Let's get this. Short-handed, get this, get this, get this. Get this, short-handed, baby, get this.
Canada's still applying pressure.
Roberts with the dribble.
Double team on Roberts with Medell and Hirschfield.
Oh, Canada strips it.
Nice strip by Trevor Hirschfield. Short-handed. He needs help. And there's an illegal use of hands call on James Roberts.
Oh, this is the opposite of what Great Britain needs right now.
Really big play by Hirschfield there, showing why he's known as the best one in the world. Caldwell passes to Medell. And Canada is going to try and set up a trap here on Jim Roberts, force him to call inbounder. Good job by Canada to create a turnover and a foul while short-handed. Canada's got a good trap on Roberts here.
Buda quarterbacking. Cross
Medell on
center.
Buda. Trying to push him out of bounds.
Roberts bails him out. But the shot clock is ticking.
There's a 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
13 seconds left.
No penalty, no penalty.
Buda's going to kill some time.
And he's in. 34-33 with 21 seconds left.
Out of the box now for Canada. They did a really good job there killing that penalty to the best of their ability. Hirschfield now with the ball.
12, 11,
Loses control, and he's out
Timeout by Hirschfield.
right before he slips out of bounds.
Good call there. And with 9 seconds left, Canada's making a substitution, bringing in Whitehead and Boletsky. With time ticking down, this could be really important as Whitehead gives them great size and could be a great post-up inside of the key. Riddell hits Buddha to create position.
8
Gets
seconds.
the pick from Hirschfield.
Finds the score with 3 seconds left.
With 3.8 seconds left, Canada's going to get back in the key, try and prevent a late score from GB. Whitehead gets the turnover.
And he just holds on to it.
And at the end of 3, it's 35-33 for Canada over Great Britain. 1 quarter to go. GB, though, still has 3 timeouts left, while Canada only has 1. That could be a factor in the 4th quarter.
As you've seen before, they're only down by 2. They've been down by 5. They've battled back up to even. So it's really anyone's game.
Yeah, they definitely have a chance. And, I mean, Canada's been rotating lines a lot more than Great Britain has. So you might think fatigue could be a factor, but these are world-class athletes. And Britain is very used to playing that Ironman style with those 4. So that could be an interesting storyline to follow, is how energetic they are in this 4th quarter.
And they're going to try and find the matchups that work the best against the Canadians, and vice versa. I think it's just going to come down to which team is more relaxed, calm, not forcing errors, not forcing these bad passes. Only 2 minutes between periods here, so we are almost back in action.
And also in the early morning game today, the United States prevailed over Australia 63-58 to defend their number 2 world ranking.
Cheers from the Canadian crowd. They've brought signs. They've got flags. They're ready to see a hometown win.
Zach, help Pat. Zach, help Pat.
Gavin Walker to inbound to start the quarter.
Ball's in.
And that's Buddha. Canada pressuring on the other side of half.
Oh, long pass goes wild, but Roberts is there to recover.
Roberts patient with it now, looking for an opening. Doesn't have a pick. Takes on Caldwell.
Pressure!
But he finds an opening. 35-34.
Canada back to that 3-5-2-1-5-1 line with Medell, Caldwell, C. Martin, Hirschfield. GB sticking with that starting line, that 3-2-5-2.5 of Roberts, Buta, Walker, and Coggins. Nice hit by Walker on Caldwell.
Long pass, but Patrice Simard's there.
Canada
Tricky
trying to deny
shot.
this inbound. Ball goes to Buta.
Great Britain across the center to Roberts. And he scores. But Canada's not slowing down. They got to keep up the pace. Long pass. Hirschfield gets it. He's hit.
Getting swarmed by GB, dumps it off to Medell, who's got a nice steal from Caldwell and Simari.
Canadians up by 2 with 6:43 left in the last quarter.
Give me one, Pat. Give me one, Pat. Come on,
Simard
Pat.
crushing
Give me
Buta.
one, Pat. Push, 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 push. Recover.
Kevin Orr
Recover.
very vocal on the bench beside us.
Recover.
Buta to Roberts.
And these two teams will meet at the Rio Paralympics. They are in the same pool alongside Australia and Paralympic host Brazil. Medell to Samard. Gets around Buta.
Oh, and it's lost. Roberts picks it up.
GB now with a chance to tie it.
To Walker. Oh, and it is a tie game with 6 minutes and 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Canadian bench is not happy.
Walker defending Caldwell. Medell's able to corral that pass and gets around Walker easily. Been really impressed with Gavin Walker in this game. He's really improved a lot in the past couple of years. Became a starter for GB last year. Helped lead them to a European Championship.
Nice work, Pat.
Caldwell and Medell now on Buta.
Roberts with the score. So Canada has the edge. They have the go-up point in the possession. Great Britain has to force a turnover here.
Good defense by GB there.
Long pass to Medell, but he's got it.
Different defense! Different defense!
Canada still switching up, trying to find something that works. Subs on the wings waiting to come in.
Canada working on the denial, trying to deny this inbound. Applying a lot of pressure.
Boot on the outside to Roberts at center. Good play. Both teams just pushing as hard and as fast as they can. 5 minutes, 13
Caldwell
seconds
sent it
left.
deep to Medell.
Zone! Zone! Zone!
And there's a quick Canada score.
To Buta.
Recover! Stop the chair! Stop the chair!
Buta waiting for his team to set up.
Buta pressured hard. Medell on Roberts.
Oh, but Medell, Roberts
there's a
goes over,
spin.
sorry.
Good try, kid.
Go to Johnny, protect them.
So that hit came from behind. So Medell will head to the box.
I'll use the bench. Pat and Trevor.
And Canada's making some substitutions as Morale and Bolesky come back on. So they're going back to the 3-5-2-2-1.
It's been a long game for Roberts.
Yeah, no, and he played the entire game against the United States as well. He's really GB's only true high pointer, the only player that they have who's a 3 or above. So he logs a lot of their minutes.
No penalties.
And Great Britain's really looking to come back after a heartbreaking loss yesterday.
Zach, I'm going to use the bench.
They find themselves in a similar situation. 4 minutes, 37 seconds left on the clock. Down by 1.
Bench timeout, please.
And Canada calls a bench timeout.
Right. So they use the bench, and that's similar to what was done in the Japan-Australia game yesterday, where Japan's main man Daisuke Ikazaki was stuck in the box. The coach calls a bench timeout, which allows the entire team to come over to the bench and allows Medell to get out of the trap, allowing them to set up their ideal inbounder.
And like you said, Great Britain still with 3 timeouts. Canada 1 remaining. This could be a major factor.
Yeah, and that could be really big for helping GB avoid those turnovers. When they start getting in those pressure situations, they still have those 3 timeouts they can use. If they do get stuck when it's late in the count, like 10, 11 seconds, they can call one, or if someone's getting pushed near the out-of-bounds line, that could be useful. So I definitely expect GB to use at least one of them over the rest of this game. And Canada, obviously, only with the 1 left.
Canada doing everything they can to stay undefeated here at the Canada Cup.
GB have Bolesky transition to prevent the pick from coming to Medell. Medell races past Walker and dekes around Roberts.
Great score, and the crowd cheers. They love to see him just speed across the court.
Liddell was the MVP of the 2014 World Wheelchair Rugby Championships.
Walker weaving across the court to Buddha, who's wide open.
And we're tied up at 41.
41-41 with 4:10 left in the fourth quarter. Lots of symmetry here.
GB with some great defense, almost gets the turnover, but Caldwell holds on to it.
Great move,
Pushes
staying
over half.
behind the center line there. Once you pass it, you can't go back over. So he saw that he didn't have a window, and he made a really smart play.
Good pressure by GB on Caldwell here. He gets it away to Medell. That was a good defensive possession for JB. They really put a lot of pressure on Canada, especially near the half-court line.
Yeah, the half court is one of those key areas where you're going to see a lot of turnovers.
Yeah. And generally class 2, and generally class 2s are going to have a less functional hand, so applying that pressure on those passes can be very useful. Oh, that ball's loose.
Ball's loose. Oh.
There's an over and back call against Great Britain.
Space!
Just like we were saying, the center court, you're going to see a lot of turnovers.
I'm surprised GB didn't use a timeout there. Canada extend their lead to 2.
Yeah, that's a key play for Canada. It gives them a little bit of breathing room. There's 3 minutes, 28 seconds left here in the game.
Medell chasing after Roberts, not going to get there.
He almost reaches in, but then he thinks better of it right at the end.
Get another one, Red.
We're out of inbound for Canada now. As the give and go with Boletsky, uses it.
We're out to Medell.
Push, Travis. Push, attack, go. Fire.
Medell cross center.
Good
Oh, but he's
by
on the
GB,
line.
On the line.
Passes to Morale, but he can't. Oh, he gets it. Back to Caldwell.
Great pressure by GB there, but Canada just able to stay over the half-court line.
Risky, 14 seconds left on the clock. Canadian bench calling it out. Caldwell, he gets it, and he has possession for the score.
Great grab by Caldwell there, under pressure.
Doesn't have to be a pretty catch, as long as you got possession.
GB really pressing hard here in these final minutes. 2:48 left in the game. And there's illegal use of hands called on Boletsky.
So Great Britain's going to have a chance here with a 4-on-3.
The Cannons played well shorthanded early in this game. We'll see how they're able to do here.
It's not the time for Canada to be shorthanded.
Walker with the inbound, looking for Roberts. Goes to Buta.
Nice hit from Morale. Anything to slow them up getting across that center line is useful. But Roberts makes it 44-43.
Boletsky's trapped by Coggin. So we're playing 3-on-3.
We're out of Medell. Still not over the center. Here he goes.
Medell's able to get it over. Canada's just slowed things down a little bit here. 20 seconds on the score clock.
Oh, they bounce it. But Caldwell's there to save the day. To Medell. 10 seconds. Stuck at the end, but he makes it in with 5 seconds left.
So with just under 2 minutes to play, Canada lead by 2.
Great Britain's got to force that turnover.
Morale pressing Walker. A little bit of a race here. Walker's ahead.
Push, you got help. Push, team defense.
It was a great push by Gavin Walker to get around Travis Morale. Medell applying pressure.
Pressure, share.
There's an illegal use of hands call and a penalty goal. As Morale's caught up on Jim Roberts. Canadian equipment staff coming out to flip him back up.
Subs, please.
Canada making some changes to the lineup.
Canada going back to that high-low with Medell, Whitehead, Hirschfield, and Boletsky. With a 1-point lead here with 1:34 left in the game.
You can hear the crowd cheering for Canada.
Watch your hands.
They are on
Space
thin
and
ice
attack.
with a
Space and
1-point
attack.
lead.
Attack.
Medell's trapped, but he makes an
Gets
opening.
around him.
Attack.
2 on Medell with Roberts on Whitehead.
Spacing.
It's a good matchup for GB.
Whitehead
Focus.
to Medell.
12 seconds on the score clock. And with 1:01 left, Canada's up 2, 46-44.
GB's got to make a quick score here and turn it around.
Medell racing Roberts.
Oh, Canada with the interception.
Great defensive play by Medell there. Getting position on Roberts and swatting that ball down. Could be another late game heartbreak for GB here at the Canada Cup. With 37 seconds left, look for Canada to use their final timeout here so that they get a 15-second score clock with the shot clock turned off. And that's what they do.
Yeah, with 1 second left on the shot clock.
So they will get a 15-second score clock with 15.6 seconds left in the game. Look for them to try and score with 2 or 1 second left on this clock. Peter trying to press up. Roberts goes after Medell. Roberts on Medell again.
Long shot. Whitehead's there.
We have a 10-second McKee call against Canada. So that gives GB the ball with 2.4 seconds left and down 2.
And that'll be the game. Team Canada ahead most of the match. Great Britain battling back, you know, to tie it up from a 5-point deficit, but they just couldn't hold on.
So
And Canada wins.
46-44. Good result for Team Canada, who will go to +12 in the tournament so far and remain undefeated. They'll play Japan tonight at 7.
Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah. For GB, they go down to 0-2, and we'll have to hope for better results as this tournament goes on.
So it's 46-44. Canada wins to stay 2-0 here at the Canada Cup.
Jimmy!